Hey, Nathan speaking. You're watching the NH Fitness Lifestyle channel. And if you haven't been here before, be sure to subscribe for all my content using the subscribe button below. My channel is all about helping you achieve a fitter, healthier lifestyle in both body and in mind. I'll be offering advice on three factors, and that is habits, your intake, and your movement, as well as tips on future goals and how to enhance your potential. Now, I'm pretty excited about this one because this is a little bit different, because normally it's more about the fitness side and obviously eating and all that factor. And although this comes into that because it's all about intake, this is more about sort of lifestyle really. And obviously what I'm going to be discussing is the male grooming routine I personally do, but more specifically is about tips on skincare products. So it's more basing it on this. Now, later on down the line, I'll probably cover other factors, but I thought today I'd like to really cover on how to maintain your skin. Obviously, it's a big industry now with the male grooming. There's a lot more guys taking care of themselves. I think for a while there was quite a stigma of, whether guys should look after themselves, like you do the whole, sort of skincare and stuff like that. I mean, some guys wear makeup, and that's fair enough. I don't personally do that, but some people do. But on this particular one, I really want to give you some simple little tips. If you're thinking of looking after your skin a little bit more, then really this will give you a good insight of how to start. As you can see, I've got a bit more designer stubble. This is day 14. I don't normally do, obviously, the whole growing a beard, but yet 14 days in, so you never know. Another video might be about how to maintain a beard. You never know. But anyway, so I'm going to start from the top. There's three elements to this. I'm going to start, number one, is obviously intake from your food and drink. Now I'm going to be really brief about this because, to be honest with you, when it comes to food and drink for health and fitness, this is probably a sort of subject on its own. But I can't express enough, to have good skin and to maintain good skin, or sort of avoid aging quickly, it really is what you intake, and food is a good standpoint for that. So obviously what I'd always say, general rule of thumb, is whenever I have a dish in front of me, I always think, is this sort of nutritious and is it providing the minerals I need? So that's the first standpoint I'd say in regards to that. How can you make that more colourful on your plate? And obviously the other thing is make it protein rich. That always helps. But that's just a basic outline with the intake in terms of food. And I also can't express enough the importance of keeping yourself hydrated. Yep. So obviously my sort of baseline, I have around about 3 litres a day. And either if you just choose to have a little bit of diluted juice in it, or sometimes I put branched chain amino acids of flavour, then just do what you can to encourage yourself to keep hydrated and drink enough water. So that's number one, is the intake you get from food and drink. So now I'm going to go into number two, and that is all about, if you like, supplements. So personally, the key supplements what I think helps me is having a sufficient amount of vitamin C, which at the moment I kind of get that from apple cider vinegar gummies, and I also get it from taking the multivitamins. So this one is the one I'm currently taking. So that is a really good standpoint, but what I really want to go into is this, and that is collagen. Okay, so I take this religiously every day in the morning, and it's 2 tablespoons. I put it into my coffee. Some people will put it into other things, maybe they put it as a smoothie, but I personally put it into coffee because that's what I have first thing in the morning. However, if I happen to miss that in the morning, then I'd have it later on in the evening, and I may have that with a little protein shake to make sure I have that, basically, because it's kind of flavourless. You kind of need to have something with it. So that would be a good standpoint with supplements as a baseline. Okay, so I have that every day. And in terms of multivitamins, I'll go through phases of that, but at the moment I currently have that every day. Okay, so they're the basic layout for supplements. Now let me go into my skin range. Okay, so what I generally do as a standpoint. Now for some of you this might be basics, but let me just kind of give you as much knowledge as I possibly can in regards to skin ranges. Again, I'm no expert in particular for skin products, but I like to think I kind of know enough to be able to share with you some of the stuff what I've learned with this one, okay? So let's start off with the first one, which what I do first thing in the morning is obviously I cleanse my face. But I don't just use any cleanser, I'll use something which has a glycolic wash, okay? So the science these days is telling you that by having something which has glycolic in it is going to certainly obviously strip the skin, get rid of the dead skin, and it's been known to help regenerate as well, because obviously it's, the way I see it is it's kind of like a damage and repair effect. It's got that little bit of damage in terms of stripping your skin, which boosts your body to reproduce the skin cells, which means it brings out a fresh layer young skin. So that will encourage that sort of reproduction, if you like, of regenerating the skin cells. And I'll do that first thing in the morning. Okay, so as soon as I've done that, there is something I'll do at the moment, but let me go through the baseline, which I'll do most of the time, and let me explain what I've kind of added to that after that, okay? So that is a glycolic wash, which is kind of like a cleanse, first thing in the morning, okay? So that's the first thing. Then you have to protect your skin, right? So I use an SPF day cream, okay? There's lots of evidence out there saying you have to protect your skin against the sun. Hey, for me, I live in the UK, so there isn't a major amount of sunlight beaming against you, but even if it's behind the clouds, there is still going to be the ultraviolet light coming through. So you need to protect your skin. So I'll use an SPF 50, which is obviously also going to moisturise your skin. Again, help you for getting the lines in your face. It's going to prevent that happening to a certain degree, obviously, because you're not getting the direct sunlight. So that is my day cream, which again, the key to that is making sure it's got an SPF protector, which I have a 50. Some people choose to have less, but you need to have some sort of protection on your face, even if you're not directly laying in the sun. So that's that one. And then for night time, I have a recovery cream for night. So that is, I have the night active cream. Okay, so the reason for this is, you think about it, when your body is resting, when you're sleeping, that's the best time for your body to recover. Yeah, so this is where the work happens to regenerate your skin cells. So you want to give yourself as much ingredients as possible to help your body do that. So if you get a decent night cream, which obviously is a high quality one, then you can have that at night, and that helps repair your skin cells, prevents the wrinkles, and it can even fade them lines away as well. So they're my standpoint for skin. Yeah. So just to repeat, you need some sort of cleanser, which is a glycolic wash. Yeah. The latest science would say glycolic of some form is the best form for cleansing your face in the morning. Then you need some sort of protection. So obviously with that, that's going to give you the ingredients, and it's also going to protect your face against direct sunlight. And then you want some form of recovery at night. Yeah, so you want all the ingredients what you need to help your body produce new skin cells at night, because that's when the work happens. Just the same as exercise. If you tear the muscle, you need to take the rest in order to rebuild it and recover. And that's exactly the same with your skin. So that's a good standpoint. Now, what I've added to this, which I've only just started doing this thanks to this range, which I'll go into in a bit, and that is I'll use that and I'll put that on straight after the cleanse, because that acts like another barrier, and that's got hyaluronic acid in it, and again that still helps regenerate the skin cells, and again it gives you that serum base as an extra protection as well. So that's good. So that's what I tend to do at the moment, but like I said, my standpoint, I don't always do that one, and I minimum do a morning, and then straight after that a protector, and then I'll do a night cream. So that's what I do for my skin range on my face. Okay, now that's that part of it. Because we're discussing about the face, I felt it was important to cover about teeth, so I thought I'd cover that one. So obviously I brush my teeth like most of you do, morning and night, and what I tend to do is at least once or twice a week I will go for a charcoal cleanse on my teeth, or whitening. Yeah. So obviously with this, when you use the charcoal, it's pretty messy. So just watch out that you water it, put it in, just a little dab, brush your teeth, and then rinse it thoroughly out, okay? So that's really important that you do that. And I do that, as like I said, twice a week with that one, on whether it's morning or night. I tend to, if I'm going to do that, I'd rather do it at night, because I prefer it that way, because I feel like it's fresh, nice and fresh before bed. And the other factor what I do is I also do some form of whitening my teeth more thoroughly, and then I've got these shields, which again, I don't know if you've ever done this, but obviously you've got to go to the dentist and get these moulds done for you. But what you get is you get this whitening tube, which you just put at the front. I tend to just put it on the front teeth, just a little tiny bit, spread it around, and I put it in for about half an hour, and I'll do that no more than 3 times a year. Yeah, so every 3 months I'll do that for 30 minutes for 5 days in a row, and obviously that really just whitens them up, that cleans them up nicely. So I highly recommend to do that. As I said, 3 times a year, put time out. Obviously if you're going to do that, there's no point having colourful food with that, because it's just going to stain again. So obviously you're going to have to stay away from coffee, wine, and obviously too much colourful foods, because obviously it won't work as efficiently. It will still work, but not as effectively if you stay away from that. Like I said, I'll do it for 5 days in a row, and I'll do that every quarter if you like. So I'll do it 3, max 4 times a year. So that's a really good one. I just want to go back to the creams briefly, just so I can briefly go through this. So with the Guy Collet wash, what you have to do, I feel like it's important to go into this. I'll sort of put water on my face first, put a little, not either a pea side in my hand, pea size, and then obviously I'll thoroughly put it around my face. And what's key is you've got to leave it. So you leave it for around about 2 minutes, and it'll be a slight tingle, and then you wash it off, yeah? And then the other ones you just apply, okay? That's all you need to do with the other creams, but I thought I really wanted to go into that. So, excellent. So just to recap really quickly. So first of all, number 1 is what you intake with your food and drink. Yeah, so obviously look on your plate, as much colour as you can to get the nutrients in. Protein rich food is really good. And on top of that, make sure you keep yourself hydrated. I have roughly about 3 litres. Obviously, if you do more than what you're doing right now, that's going to be improvement. So that's number 1. Number 2, your intake, what you get from supplements. What I personally do, I get it from the multivitamin, which has the vitamin C in it, which is really good. Vitamin C has been proven to be great for your skin. And also I have my collagen every morning with something else, with something like a coffee, or maybe I have a protein shake. If I miss it for the day, I have it later. And then number 3, have a really good skin range to apply on your skin, and keep that skin routine all the time. Keep it going. Make sure you don't ease off on it. Like I said, I tend to standpoint, I'll do the cleanse, Guy Collet wash to begin, then the day cream, then the night cream, and then now I'm doing a hydrate for that extra hyaluronic acid to really help my skin. And then on top of that, for my teeth, I use the charcoal twice a week, and to finish off 3 or 4 times a year, I put 5 days out, 30 minutes a day, and I do the gum shields with the little bit of I believe it's called the peroxide at the front to whiten them up. So that's pretty much what I do for the face. And I hope you really enjoyed this, and by all means, please, please, please follow the channel, subscribe, give us a like, obviously hit that bell button if you want to be notified of my latest videos. I tend to be posting at least once a week, so I hope you enjoyed this content. Hope to see you back again, and I'll see you very soon. Thank you very much. See you soon. Have a good evening.